Welcome to Northwest Hope and Healing's Foundation Summer Brunch and Life in Color Fashion Show. It's great to have you here. Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation is currently celebrating 20 years of helping women in our community who are being treated for breast and gynecological cancers. Isn't that just wonderful? I'm Michelle Millman with Cairo 7 News, and we're just 5 minutes from our main program starting at 11 a.m. Pacific. Just a reminder, the silent auction will close today at noon. If you haven't visited the silent auction, do so now, as there are some amazing items to bid on. Just follow the instructions on the screen to bid by going to lifeincolour.givesmart.com or text Life in Color to 76278 and follow the prompts. Before we get started, we want to take a few moments here to thank our very generous sponsors. Presenting sponsor, Swedish Cancer Institute, and our gold sponsor, Lake Partners. Let's hear from them now.
Hello, my name is Jordan Archer.
And I'm Jeff Walker, and we are with the Swedish Medical Center Foundation.
And on behalf of the foundation, we wanted to take a moment to express how grateful we are for 21 incredible years of partnership with Northwest Hope and Healing. In that time, you've granted nearly $1.75 million in support of breast and ovarian cancer patients at the Swedish Cancer Institute. Northwest Hope and Healing and their supporters have impacted the lives of thousands of STI patients and their families.
And this year in particular has been unlike any other, and Northwest Hope and Healing has risen to the challenge by expanding grant options and providing emergency funding for patients whose jobs and whose lives have been disrupted by the pandemic. So with that, we offer our deepest and most sincere gratitude for this additional support.
We're thrilled to virtually celebrate the incredible patients, physicians, and social workers involved with Northwest Hope and Healing. And we want to thank each of you who is participating in the event today for what you're doing to support Northwest Hope and Healing and for enriching the lives of so many women.
Yes, thank you very much.
Lake Partners is proud to be a gold sponsor of the Northwest Hope and Healing Life in Color Brunch and Fashion Show because we believe that no one should go through this journey alone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Northwest Hope and Healing, for all the support you provide and the difference you make.
Welcome to Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation's Life in Color Fashion Show. We hope you're enjoying a wonderful morning and maybe even that delicious brunch box from Wilmot's Ghost. The summer squash and sheep's milk feta frittata was amazing. Thank you to restaurateur Renee Erickson and her team. It was scrumptious. My name is Michelle Millman with Cairo 7 News, and thank you so much for being here today. We are going to celebrate living life in color. This past year has been challenging in so many ways, but today we'll be inspired by the strength, the will, and the courage of our models. I can't wait. Being diagnosed and then living with cancer is very scary. It can also have a major impact on women's financial stability. Even if they have insurance, there are costs for transportation, parking, gas, groceries, childcare, and so much more, especially if you are unable to work for a while because of treatment. Immediate grants for these costs are what Northwest Hope and Healing provides. You can help fund that immediate support for women by donating today or bidding on a silent auction item. Together, we can be that support system for women currently being treated for breast cancer or gynecological cancers. I am especially touched to be your host today because I am a two-time cancer survivor, and this is really personal for me. It was 12 years ago I was diagnosed with breast cancer. A year before that, it was thyroid cancer, but then the breast cancer came the year later. I had a double mastectomy, went through months of chemotherapy and then radiation. I was lucky, fortunate that I could take 6 months off work to concentrate on my health, but so many women can't, and they're struggling. And I can tell you personally, getting that help from the community, that love and support, is so important. So once again, thank you for joining me in support of these amazing women today. Now we want to hear from Karen Blasey-Heller, Northwest Hope and Healing's Executive Director. Karen?
Thank you, Michelle, for taking your time to host this event, and especially for being open to sharing your story with our community. And thank you all for being here this morning, and especially at our side throughout the last 17 months of COVID. A year and a half ago, Northwest Hope and Healing kicked 2020 off with a strategic planning retreat. And with excitement, we began working on key initiatives as well as planning our 20th year anniversary. 3 months later, the world changed. The women we serve faced job loss and income disruption, delayed mammograms and screening appointments, and isolation at precisely the time they needed to be surrounded by community the most. Well, cancer does not quit for COVID, and neither does Northwest Hope and Healing. Because you all rallied with us, we were able to give an unplanned $50,000 in April of 2020 to immediately help women who had lost their jobs and health insurance. These funds helped local women put food on the table when food banks had nothing left. In the last year and a half, we learned how to host virtual events that you all wanted to attend. We hired Nels Challoner, our indispensable development assistant, who kicked off his tenure with us with the first of many benefit concerts, which occurred a year ago yesterday. Despite the pandemic, Northwest Hope and Healing accomplished many of the goals set forth in our strategic planning retreat. The top 4 being diversifying our board, expanding our messaging, building corporate partnerships, and growing our survivorship community. We also celebrated our 20-year anniversary. This powerful virtual show last November commemorated the day in 2000 when our founder, Christine Smith, decided to give back to women who were struggling financially due to a breast cancer diagnosis. Over the past 21 years, we have expanded to support women with gynecologic cancer and have distributed over $2 million and over 10,000 healing baskets. Well, as many nonprofits folded in 2020, Northwest Hope and Healing stood strong, and we were able to donate an unprecedented additional $120,000. These dollars went towards helping immunocompromised women pay for private transportation, gas, or taxi vouchers who should not risk taking public transportation. Northwest Hope and Healing is unstoppable, which brings us to today. This morning, you have an opportunity to make a real, measurable impact for women who, among everything going on with the pandemic, are dealing with a very personal health crisis. I'm really excited for you to watch the models strut fashions with their loved ones and hear their empowering testimonies. Whether you ordered the brunch from Renee Erickson's Wilmot's Ghost or are enjoying your own, please, let's toast to honoring and celebrating the models and raising top dollars this morning.
Thank you, Karen, and that's why we are here today to help women with cancer. We can't let a lack of funding stop Northwest Hope and Healing from providing immediate grants and helping alleviate that financial burden from women battling cancer. Before we start the fashion show, we'd like to thank our very generous sponsors who are making a huge impact. Our presenting sponsor, Swedish Cancer Institute. Our gold sponsor, Lake Partner Strategy Consultants. Our silver sponsors, Siegen and Barghausen, and our bronze sponsor, Karen Cross and Heppelman. Thank you so much. Next, we want to thank everyone who was involved in styling our models for the fashion show today. First and foremost, thank you to our fabulous fashion show creative director, Freelancy Hoyle. Freelancy's passion for fashion and bright, eye-catching outfits have garnered her success as an Instagram influencer and local business owner. Her business, Rabecca Onassis Boutique, has provided looks for a select group of our models this year, along with our boutique sponsor, the Finerie. The Finerie is a collaboration between fashion and design experts Michael Diocampo and Tanya Freiberg. Michael and Tanya have been supporting Northwest Hope and Healing's fashion show for 12 years now. The Finerie specializes in sophisticated hand-selected pieces from around the world, and they offer both men's and women's clothing, as well as furniture and accessories, all of which bear the distinctive stamp of elevated style and timeless appeal. Thank you. And how about this? What would a fashion show be without amazing hair and makeup, right? Thank you to the Tint School of Makeup and Cosmetology and hairstylists from Structure Salon for making our models look extra, extra special today. Thank you. Now let's get on with our Life in Color fashion show. Each of our models has invited a very special person to participate alongside them. Not only are these partners walking with our cancer survivors today, they have been critical supporters in helping our models find strength, courage, and hope, even on the worst of their days. While the models are walking, we'll hear about their journey along the way. First up, Lisa Thompson walking with her sister, Sarah Thompson. Let's hear from Lisa in her own words.
Hi, I'm Lisa Thompson. I was diagnosed with DCIS in 2015. Today, I spend as much time as possible in the mountains, climbing, running, and hiking with my favorite training partner, my golden retriever, Chevy. I'm also passionate about encouraging other women to explore mountains and wild places. And I feel fortunate every time I get to work with an organization as meaningful as Northwest Hope and Healing. Fighting cancer makes even the simple stuff challenging, and I love that they provide immediate, significant support for women who need it the most. I'm walking today with my sister Sarah, who put her own fears and sadness aside to support me when I had cancer.
Thank you so much, Lisa, and your loving sister, Sarah. Our next model is Michelle Maddox, walking with her husband today, Darren Maddox. Let's hear from Michelle in her own words.
Hello, my name is Michelle, and my husband's name is Darren. We together were diagnosed with HER2-positive breast cancer. I say we because it affected the both of us. We realized through the emotional process of being diagnosed, to treatment, to receiving our benefit statements, and seeing the cost of my entire treatment, how fortunate we were that we had really good insurance. Then we stopped and thought about all those families that are going through the same as us, who don't have any support, good insurance, or have a spouse that's able to work. It hit us both pretty hard, and we knew we needed to help in any way possible. And that's when we found Northwest Hope and Healing. That's why we are both here, and life is too short not to do something that has meaning, and this means everything to us. A fun fact about me is that everywhere my husband is, you will find me. We also have 4 amazing adult kids, and I am cancer-free.
Thank you, Michelle and Darren. What a sweet couple. Our next model this morning, Jeannie Leckenbaugh, walking with her dear friend, Michelle Wiesner. Let's hear from Jeannie.
Hello, my name is Jeannie Leckenbaugh. I was diagnosed with breast cancer on March 20th, 2019. What a whirlwind the coming weeks would be. The unknown was the worst part, not knowing if I had stage 1, 2, 3, or 4. How fast was it growing? If I was going to survive this, or was it going to bankrupt me financially? My head was swirling and everything was coming at me a million miles an hour. Jennifer Nordstrom Lozana and I sat down early on and she asked how I was doing and if I needed anything. I mentioned that parking was so expensive. Was there any chance that they might validate parking? She said no, but we can apply for a grant for parking for $500 from Northwest Hope and Healing. I felt like, wow, someone cares. Someone cares about me. Just when I was feeling all alone in this world, and so it began. That is how I heard about Northwest Hope and Healing. I was chosen to take this journey with cancer, and my motto is to help others battling this horrible disease. Most of you will never, and I hope ever, have to know that feeling of what I felt at that moment. At the end of January of this year, I joined Northwest Hope and Healing as a volunteer, and I am so honored to be part of this amazing organization. I want to personally thank all of you who have already donated so generously. You have chosen a fabulous organization that honors and respects cancer patients at such a difficult time in their lives.
Thank you, Jeannie and Michelle. Such great friends. That is awesome to see. All of these women are so inspiring. Lisa, Michelle, and Jeannie, you are so beautiful and courageous as well. Sarah, Darren, and Michelle, thank you for being such amazing support for these amazing women. Also, aren't the fashions from Rabecca Onassis Boutique and Finerie so colorful and stylish? I cannot wait to go shopping and check it out. Okay, before we see our next 4 models, we want to take a few minutes to learn how the money raised from last week's in-person brunch through our virtual brunch and fashion show today impacts women in the Seattle area who are dealing with breast cancer and gynecological cancers. I am excited today to announce every donation of $1,000 today will be matched up to $10,000. This amazing match is made possible by our longtime supporters of Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation, Lynn Christian and Kim Strand. They have been supporters since 2000. So if you're able to give at this level and are inspired by the stories you are about to hear, please consider it as your impact is doubled.
You get the call that you have cancer, and I just went numb. And then my husband and I went into fight mode.
So first they thought I had a cyst, and so that was the prognosis was they were just gonna go in and take out one ovary and my fallopian tube. And then my OB was kind of didn't feel that, felt like something else was wrong. So she did more tests and said, oh, there's cancer, so I'm referring you to an oncologist.
From there, the mammogram day went straight into biopsies, and I found out the next day at work that I had cancer.
Did a self breast exam, and sure enough, I found a huge lump. Went to the doctors, had a mammogram, an ultrasound, and that's when I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
She didn't say anything. She just said that I think we have to do a biopsy today. And I said, yeah, sure, ma'am. So I came back the afternoon, was my appointment, and she did the biopsy. So after 2 days, she called me back and she told me those lumps that I felt is cancer tumors.
Tomorrow it could be a mom or a sister or an aunt or a loved one that is given the diagnosis. There's not warning signs many times. It doesn't matter genetic markers anymore. It's not a family disease. This is what I always get. It's you're 27 and doing a breast exam and you find a lump.
As I was going through a difficult time and really didn't have anybody, it was just a welcome gift. And it let me know that there were people out there that had been through this journey but really cared. And they might be strangers, but they all knew what I was going through with that diagnosis.
At first, I was embarrassed to tell Rabecca that we needed help. And when she told me that you guys were there for me, it was just a very overwhelming feeling and a really good feeling to know that there's strangers out there that are willing to help women, you know, not only go through cancer. I mean, I can handle like the treatments, but the financial part is very hard on, you know, the whole family, that I have to watch my husband stress about how we're going to do this and that.
If I can say, you know what, we can help you, and I can send you home today with a gift card to Safeway or Fred Meyer to help out with some groceries, free up some money for some of those bills, or we can take care of one of those utility bills for you today. So let's take care of that today. And the relief on someone's face to realize that's one thing they don't have to worry about right now. And they can go back to thinking about taking good care of themselves and getting through their treatment.
There are times where we reach the end of our funds, and I'm sitting in a room much like this with a patient who's been newly diagnosed, and they're in shock, they're in overwhelm, they can't go to work, and they need to feed their kid. And, you know, it's heartbreaking as a social worker not to have anything to offer them. And this is real, what's offered to them through this grant.
So the grants are great because I'm able to give them immediately, right? The moment I kind of recognize there's a need in talking with a patient, I can be thinking, okay, she can actually leave today with this grant. And that's not true for a lot of the financial assistance that's available. There's a long, complicated application process. And so it's lovely to be able to help somebody in the moment.
I just had to fill out a little piece of paperwork, and I thought it was something that I would have to wait to get, but she told me, no, you get it right now before you leave treatment. And it was so comforting to know that Northwest Hope and Healing was there. People just think that cancer, that people just worry about the treatments and about their health, but they don't think about the other things that come with it, like financial stability, you know, healthcare costs, parking, and all that stuff.
Without that, you know, I would really struggle even more, like especially for gas and parking. Sometimes my parking is not reimbursed or anything. Use it the best possible way, you know, and the most precious things like, you know, transportation, you know, all these expenses that sometimes no one can really cover.
On the spot grant right then and there was amazing. I thought seriously we would have to wait a couple weeks or a month, but she's like, oh no, here it is. You know, even though that's not a lot, but that was a lot to me that day.
Statistically, we have the highest number of breast cancer cases in the United States. So what that tells me is if it hasn't happened to you, a loved one, family member, it eventually will.
Because it is on the rise, especially in Washington, and it's so important, and the research is so important right now, and helping women in the area and knowing that the money's going local makes a huge difference. And that's why Northwest Hope and Healing has a place in my heart.
And to get involved, to open your pocketbook, you're giving amazing help, and it's remaining local, which I think is very good.
And with all my heart, with my whole spirit, thank you so much for, you know, all that people that, you know, from like cents to whatever amount, because it makes a huge difference.
The support of strangers. Isn't it great to know that together we can have a positive impact on women we will never meet in their greatest need? We hope you will be able to make a gift today to help provide financial stability to women as they face one of the biggest battles of their lifetime. So many people have been so generous, starting with last week's in-person brunch. We would like to thank all of our amazing donors. We hope you can join them by making a gift now. $2,500 will provide emergency rent support for an individual or family in need. $1,000 will pay utility bills for a family struggling with job loss due to the pandemic. $500 will fund a grocery gift card to a patient's grocery store of choice. And $100 will cover the cost of healing box supplies for 4 newly diagnosed women. Thank you to everyone who has given and continues to give. We are so grateful. As a reminder, the silent auction ends today at noon. And if you work for a company who provides matching gift dollars, make sure you submit your paperwork so your gift can have double the impact. That is a big deal. Now let's get back to the fashions and celebrate more courageous cancer-surviving women and their special partners who are joining them not only on the runway, but in their cancer journey. Our next model is Kim Babb walking with her longtime friend, Jamie Suvaboda. Let's hear from Kim.
Hello, my name is Kim Babb. I was diagnosed with breast cancer on January 30th of 2020. I am so thankful to be walking today with one of my best friends, Jamie Suvaboda, who was one of my caregivers during my treatment. After 5 surgeries and 9 months, I needed an extraordinary amount of help. She was there to assist me getting out of bed in the morning, strip my dreams after my bilateral mastectomy, walk and love on my dog Cosmo, and take me to countless medical appointments. I am incredibly grateful to a small group of friends who I consider family that were there to support me both physically and emotionally, and who continue to do so to this day. I was inspired to participate in Life in Color by my amazing plastic surgeon, Dr. Suzette Miranda. Dr. Miranda and her PA, Christy Moore, were integral in my recovery process. Losing your breasts is a devastating process to go through, and the support that I received from Dr. Miranda and her team throughout my reconstruction was immeasurable. There is just no way that I could ever repay them, and I am honored that Dr. Miranda asked me to be a part of this amazing organization.
Thank you, Kim and Jamie. You two are terrific. Next up, Callie Willis walking with her sister, Shannon Herrick. Let's hear from Callie in her own words.
Hello, my name is Callie. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in May of 2019, a month before my 26th birthday. I'm a first grade special education teacher in Bellevue. I am passionate about working with kids with autism and teaching in an inclusive environment. Some fun facts about me are that I have a twin sister. I'm allergic to chocolate, I have a dog named Gracie, and I recently got married in June. I was inspired to participate in Life in Color from my oncologist, Dr. Wall. Northwest Hope and Healing supported me with financial support following my surgeries. I'm beyond thankful for the care and guidance that Dr. Wall, Swedish Hospital, and the Hope and Healing Foundation have given me during this journey. I have my family and friends to thank for uplifting me and carrying me through the ups and downs of the past few years. Throughout this journey, I have learned that every day is a gift and that there is always something worth celebrating. I am honored and proud to be part of this event among other courageous, strong survivors.
Thank you so much, Callie, and your lovely sister, Shannon. Our final models are a mother and daughter team, Jasmine Williams walking with her daughter, Jayla. Let's hear from Jasmine in her own words.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Williams. I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer that spread to my lymph nodes. I am a mother, a wife, a daughter, and a proud marine science enthusiast. I love the ocean and swimming and have found that even though I lost my hair during chemotherapy, not having hair has really improved my swimming experience. I am participating in Life in Color because the work that Northwest Hope and Healing is doing has made a huge impact on my life, and I wanted a way to continue to pass it forward. During my treatment, my family and I struggled financially with all the medical bills and costs as I was unable to work, and Northwest Hope and Healing provided relief in unexpected ways. I had no idea how I was going to get through, but found that with the support of God, my family, and organizations like this one, I wasn't alone. And there were people who I didn't even know willing to support and make a difference in my life. The support meant that despite battling this awful disease, I could focus on healing rather than stressing about how I would pay for it. I spent time learning how to knit, solving puzzles, coloring, and that made all the difference. Thank you all for the support that you are giving to this organization.
Thank you so much, Jasmine and Jayla. You are both so beautiful. And thank you to all of our models and your partners, Kim, Callie, and Jasmine. You are so inspiring, and having a support system when you're battling cancer is so important. Thank you so much to each of you for taking time today to watch and give this morning, as you are a part of that support system too. As we sign off for today, enjoy this last video. We are sisters. Together, we can find the strength to dance, the will to live, the hope to believe it is possible, the way to overcome, and the courage within. On behalf of Northwest Hope and Healing Foundation, I'm Michelle Millman. Thank you.
What makes you a woman? Is it your shape? Your hair? Is it your smile? Your laugh? Is it your grace? Your warmth? What if your doctor gives you the news? What if you lose your shape and your hair? What if nothing seems funny anymore? What if you lack the strength to even move? You stand on the shoulders of the generations before you, and you forge ahead. When you can't imagine taking another step, it is finding the energy to put a meal on the table. When all you want to do is cry, it is finding the strength to dance instead. When you want to give in, it is finding the will to live. When you are uncertain about the future, it is finding the hope to believe it is possible. When you are overwhelmed, it is finding a way to overcome. When you are scared, it is finding the courage within, not just for yourself, but because there are so many that depend on you. You did not ask for this. But like so many things in life, you have taken on this challenge. You are not alone.